Imagine a country so vast that when the sun sets in the west, a new day is already dawning in the east. A territory spanning 11 time zones where ancient traditions blend with sparkling modernity. Russia covers more than 17 million square kilometers, larger than Pluto. It's a continent disguised as a nation where each region is a world unto itself. Welcome to Russia, the giant that hides incredible secrets that will forever change the way you see the world. Russia is not just what you see in movies. It's a continent of emotions where 100 different ethnic minorities coexist, each with their own traditions, languages, and millennial cultures. From the golden domes of the Kremlin that shine like jewels in the Moscow sun, to trains that cross Siberia for days on end through landscapes that seem painted by a cosmic artist. It's the country where the aurora borealis dances in Arctic skies, creating breathtaking light shows, where crystal-clear lakes reflect mountains that seem to touch the clouds, and where forests so vast they could contain entire continents hide secrets of wild and untamed nature. Let's start with Moscow, a metropolis of 12 million inhabitants that defies every expectation. Red Square is not just a symbol. It's an open-air theater where 800 years of history come to life before your eyes. St. Basil's Cathedral looks like something out of a Slavic fairy tale, with its 9-colored domes that look like giant ice creams against the sky, each one different from the other, each with its own unique story. But Moscow is also pure futuristic modernity. The Moscow City Financial District with skyscrapers that challenge the clouds, trendy cafes where you can drink the best coffee in Eastern Europe, and a subway system that is considered the most beautiful underground museum in the world. Each station is an underground palace with precious marble, golden mosaics created by master craftsmen, bohemian crystal chandeliers, and works of art that rival the most famous museums. So Colony Cheshire, Komsomolskaya, Novoslobodskaya each name is a promise of beauty. Then there's St. Petersburg, nicknamed the Venice of the North for its 300 bridges that cross canals and rivers. Here, time seems to have stopped in the golden age of the Tsars. The Winter Palace, now the Hermitage Museum, is one of the largest museum complexes in the world, with over 3 million works of art: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Picasso, Rembrandt, Van Gogh treasures collected by Russian sovereigns over the centuries that would make any private collection pale in comparison. It would take 8 years to see everything, spending 1 minute on each piece. But the real magic happens during the summer white nights, from mid-May to late July, when the sun never sets completely and the city transforms into a dreamlike stage, illuminated by golden light 24 hours a day. The bridges rise at 2 in the morning in a unique choreographic spectacle, while the city lives and breathes in a surreal atmosphere that seems suspended between dream and reality. But to truly understand the soul of Russia, you must board the Trans-Siberian Railway, the most legendary railway in the world. 9,289 kilometers from Moscow to Vladivostok, more than 3 times the distance between New York and Los Angeles. 7 days of travel through 8 time zones, crossing landscapes that change like scenes from an epic film. Birch forests stretching to infinity, the Siberian taiga where silence is so deep you can hear your heartbeat, endless steppes where sky and earth merge in an infinite embrace, and remote villages of colored wood where time has a different rhythm, marked by seasons and traditions. It's here that you meet the true soul of Russia, babushkas who share hot tea and homemade pierogi, travelers with incredible stories to tell, and that genuine hospitality that warms the heart better than the best heating. Every stop is a new world, every passenger an open book of life experiences. In the heart of Siberia, hidden among millennial mountains, lies one of the most spectacular and mysterious natural wonders on the planet, Lake Baikal. This is not a simple lake. It's a freshwater sea, 25 million years old, that contains 20% of all the unfrozen freshwater on Earth, more than all the Great Lakes of America combined. At 1,642 meters deep, it's so deep that if the Eiffel Tower were placed on the bottom, its top would still be 1,300 meters underwater. In winter, it transforms into a natural ice rink so transparent and crystalline that it feels like walking on water, with turquoise ice formations that create breathtaking natural sculptures. The local bury it's called Baikal the Sacred Sea, and when you see it, you'll understand why. It's a place where nature shows all its primordial power and absolute beauty, where silence is so deep you can hear your thoughts. Here live the world's only freshwater seals, the Nerpa, and over 2,000 endemic species that exist nowhere else on Earth. In the far east of Russia, on a peninsula that until 1991 was completely closed to foreigners, lies Kamchatka, a wild land where Earth shows its most spectacular primordial force. Here there are 300 volcanoes, 30 of which are still active, creating a lunar landscape of alien beauty. Geysers that shoot boiling water up to 30 meters high, hot springs that steam in the snow, crater lakes of impossible colors from emerald green to cobalt blue. It's the kingdom of gigantic brown bears, the largest in the world, which can weigh up to 700 kilograms in fish for salmon in crystal clear rivers in scenes that look like National Geographic documentaries come to life. The Valley of Geysers, accessible only by helicopter, is a natural amphitheater where dozens of geysers create a symphony of steam and colors. It's one of the last untouched paradises on the planet where nature reigns absolutely supreme and man is only a respectful and silent guest in a world that still belongs to the elements. But Russia is not just breathtaking postcard landscapes. It's the cradle of giants of world literature like Tolstoy, who wrote War and Peace, 1,400 pages that tell the Russian soul, Dostoevsky, who explored the labyrinths of the human psyche, Pushkin, who gave poetic voice to an entire nation. It's the homeland of legendary composers like Tchaikovsky with his Swan Lake that brings tears of emotion, Stravinsky who revolutionized 20th century music, Rachmaninoff whose melodies touch strings of the soul you didn't know you had. It's the country where ballet reaches divine perfection at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow and the Mariinsky in St. Petersburg, where every movement, every jump, every gesture tells stories without the need for words. It's the land of Matryoshka dolls that hide ever smaller dolls as a metaphor for the Russian soul with infinite layers, of golden icons that shine in the twilight of Orthodox churches, and of traditional saunas called banya, where body and spirit are purified together. And then there's the food, which is poetry-made flavor, ruby-colored borscht that warms the soul on cold Siberian winter days, prepared according to recipes passed down from grandmothers to grandchildren for generations, blini thin as silk served with sour cream, smoked salmon, and caviar that melts in your mouth like sea pearls, pelmeni, small Siberian dumplings filled with meat that are the soul of Russian comfort food. Russian tea, served from the traditional brass samovar, accompanies endless conversations that last all night, while outside the snow falls silently. Vodka, when drunk correctly among friends with sincere toast, becomes a ritual of human connection. Caspian caviar, porcini mushrooms from the taiga, honey from Arctic flowers. Every bite tells the story of an immense and generous land. Russian cuisine is comfort food in its purest and most authentic form. Dishes that tell stories of family, survival, celebration, millennial traditions passed down around laden tables where every guest is considered a gift. Russia is a country of extreme contrast and unexpected beauties where every kilometer tells a different story. It's a journey that changes perspective, opens the mind, and touches the heart. It's not just a destination, it's an experience that remains in the soul forever. Have you ever dreamed of exploring this mysterious giant? Which of these places struck you the most? Write it in the comments and share this video with those who love great journeys. And if you want to discover other incredible destinations, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell.